thank you for sitting down to meet with me.
MJ, it's always a pleasure. I love sitting down with you.
So, Amine, can you say your last name so everybody can know exactly how to say it right?
Yes. Last name is Qourzal.
Okay.
Qourzal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to just hear the story of Amine. You know, how you got here, job experience. And
Yeah.
you're the mayor, Mayor of Woodway, and then I always like to hear about people's faith too. I've asked all the people that we've been interviewing so far. They've all talked a little bit about where they're at. So.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, thank you. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Thanks for just having a heart for Woodway. Thank you for being a resident of Woodway for a long time. And
Yeah. 6 years.
6 years. Amazing.
Longest we've ever lived anywhere.
Can't believe it's been that. I can't
Yeah.
even believe it's been that long.
Since you were coaching the little
Since I was
Munchkins.
coaching the.
Yeah. So Amine was the soccer coach for
Yeah.
our little soccer team that
Yeah.
was out here when we first moved back.
We were the Green Ninjas, right? Were we the Green Ninjas?
I think it was Green Ninjas.
Because our shirts were green.
It was wild.
At the time. Fun times. But yeah, no, thank you for doing this. Really excited to be with you. Welcome to the new family center.
Beautiful
New
space.
Family center. So pretty excited about it, as you can tell. But yeah, so as you mentioned, Amine Qourzal, Mayor of Woodway, lived in Woodway since 2013. So also hard to believe, but coming up on 11 years. And I love Woodway. I love this community. My wife and I were so blessed to find a house here and to raise our 3 kids here. We just think it's one of the best places anywhere to raise a family. And
I can't disagree.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we just are so fortunate and so grateful and so blessed to be in Woodway. So just a little bit about my kind of experience with city government and a little bit about how I ended up here. I started my service to Woodway on the Parks and Rec commission. I spent 4 years on Parks and Recreation, just really having oversight of all of our parks and all of our recreational areas.
When was that?
This was in 2013, so
Okay.
just a few months after we moved here.
Okay, cool.
I had the opportunity to join that commission.
So you're already thinking, I want to serve. I want to somehow
Yes.
contribute to the community. Okay.
Yes. MJ, it's an honor to serve people. I think as Christians, that's one of our requirements, is to serve others. And that was kind of my way, and my desire to serve was to get involved in city government and help a lot of people. So started on the Parks Board.
Okay.
Was there for 4 years, working with the Parks team and helping beautify our parks, keep them clean, add new playground equipment, all of that good stuff. So I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I loved it. I fell in love with it. It was so cool just to see that kind of impact.
So I'm doing the math. Did you have kiddos then?
I did. At the time, we had 2. Both my oldest daughter and my middle daughter
Okay.
were moved with us to Woodway at that time. And then over the course of being in Parks and Rec, my son was born as well.
Okay.
So 3 kiddos.
All right.
Yeah, amazing. And 3 junior Woodwayans, I guess. I guess that's what we're called, Woodwayans.
Woodway Youth.
Woodway Youth, exactly. My daughter serves on the Woodway Youth Commission as well, so she's also involved in service and helping out from the youth side of things, and she's really been enjoying that quite a bit. So I did 4 years on Parks and Rec. Then I had the opportunity to move to planning and zoning, which was a little bit more involved. Planning and zoning, requires quite a bit of knowledge. The learning curve is a little bit steeper because you are involved with planning the city's assets and planning, new growth and urban development. So I got on there and loved it as well. Loved learning about how cities work, how cities grow, and that kind of fueled my passion a little bit more for being involved in local government. So really enjoyed my time there. I did 2 years there, and then an opening came available on city council for my ward, for my district. And I had the opportunity to run for that. I had an opponent, but then my opponent dropped out. So I was able to be on city council for my ward the first time.
Okay, cool.
Kind of as the newest council member here at Woodway City Hall. And that's where my eyes were open, right? That's where I really got to see, wow, there's a lot that goes into city government. This is not a job that, an easy job at all.
Not for the faint of heart?
No, not really for the faint of heart, more for those who are willing to volunteer and willing to serve, and not immediately, get the thanks or get the commendations that you would other places. It really involves a lot of careful planning, a lot of careful thinking, and your vote really does matter. So I was in my mid-30s at the time, one of the youngest council members to ever serve at the time on council. And I did that for my first term, 3 years, and I ran for re-election in 2022, had an opponent there, went through an election cycle, and won that election and won my second term. Coincidentally, at that same time, council was in the process of choosing their next mayor. So I don't know if you knew this or not, MJ, but the mayor position in Woodway is actually chosen by the council.
I think I did know that.
It's not a public vote like in larger cities. So at the time, the council was in the process of choosing their next mayor, and I was very, very grateful, very amazed. They selected me to be Woodway's next mayor, and I've been in this current role since 2022.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
What is because it's not paid, is it?
Not paid.
So what is what does mayor do? Do you mind me asking?
No, not at all. So mayor is part of the council.
Okay.
They are the, I guess you could say, the lead council person. They are the chairman of the board, so to speak.
Okay.
For every one of our commissions has a chairperson.
Like the planning and zoning,
Parks and Rec. Everyone has a chair, and the mayor is the chair of the council.
Okay.
So there's just an added layer of responsibility that comes with the mayor. You're also responsible for keeping up with the city manager, keeping up with the city staff, and also being available for a lot of city events.
Like the Arbo Fest.
Like the Arbo Fest that's happening right now. I don't know if you got a chance to go over there or not, but it's a great event.
I didn't get to go. Well, it was raining earlier.
But
we go over there all the time.
Yes.
Into to the Arboretum.
Oh, they've got a band. They've got vendors. They've got food trucks.
Oh.
If you've never been before, I highly encourage it. It's one of my favorite events.
So as the chair of the board, city council, you're what do you do? Are you kind of bringing the agenda to the table? What happens?
Yeah, you're the presiding officer over the council meetings. You lead the meetings.
Any pep talks? Do
you a lot
Last of the Titans.
Exactly. A lot of pep talks. A lot of collaboration with other mayors, other city officials.
Other mayors.
Like from other cities.
Okay, cool. Like Hewitt,
Lorena, Robinson. There's also quite a bit of preparation and planning when we're going into a city council meeting, and you're you're responsible as the mayor to make sure that the meetings go as planned, that we get through our city business, and that we get everything going and wrapped up for the next one.
Okay.
So it's great. It's been an honor. It's been one of the highlights of my life for sure, to be in this role, and
So
I've
cool.
really loved it. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I would love to back up even further. Like, where did you grow up? I know you went to Baylor, because I remember
yes,
seeing you around.
proud Baylor Bear,
Okay.
Sikkim. My
Sikkim.
wife and I are both Baylor Bears. My brother, sister-in-law also went to Baylor. We are huge Baylor fans and just love being a part of that family. So I grew up in southern Spain. I'm a first-generation American. Both my parents are originally from Morocco, North Africa. So Amine is an Arabic name, means faithful in Arabic. Just for the next trivia night, you know what Amine means. And I grew up in southern Spain, where my parents were missionaries. So still are, in fact, and are serving the Lord in southern Spain right now. So I spent my
I
youth.
knew that. I totally forgot that, though.
Yeah.
You told me that 8 years ago, whatever it was. But
Yeah. During halftime at
yeah,
the Green
probably.
Ninjas. Yeah.
Serving orange slices.
So it was a great childhood, MJ. Just so awesome to grow up in that culture, and did my K through 12 there, and then when I was 18, I had the opportunity to come to Waco to go to Baylor, and that was in 2001.
Wait. So you grew up in southern Spain,
Yeah.
and you speak English perfectly. Mm-hmm. How did that? I mean, was it an English-speaking part of Spain?
Well, we do have a lot of expats and a lot of international. It's an
Sure.
international community. I did go to an international high school.
Okay.
And I listened to a lot of American music, watched a lot of American TV shows, and also was friends with a lot of missionary kids as well who were from the U.S. So yeah, I had English and Spanish were primary languages for me. It's very easy for me to switch in and out of them, and my upbringing was very much multilingual. We also spoke Arabic at home, so my parents would talk to us in Arabic. I'm a little more rusty on the speaking and reading of Arabic, but I understand it very, very well.
It's a pretty complicated language too. Yeah.
It is, and but I'm so grateful for that heritage,
Right.
because it's a blessing to know your heritage, and it's also just a blessing to be raised in a multilingual, incredible society.
It is a blessing.
So
Yeah.
So MJ grew up in Spain, missionary household, came to Waco in 2001, and never left. Stayed, met my wife. We got married shortly after graduating, and lived in the Waco area before moving to Woodway in 2013, and here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like to joke. I tell people, I said, the reason I never left is because I never got a ride back to Spain. So, so glad I landed here and stayed here.
I've never been to Spain, but man, my dad grew up he spent a lot of time in Morocco and in southern Spain.
Is that right?
Or in Spain somewhere, some Air Force base or something.
Okay.
He's a military kid.
Rhoda? Was it
don't know.
Rhoda?
But he always talks about he loves it. It's where he played baseball and Little League on the bases.
Oh, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's amazing. I encourage you to go
Yeah.
if you ever get the chance to, MJ. I grew up in Malaga, which is a pretty large city right on the Mediterranean coast. Pablo Picasso's hometown.
Is it?
Yep. And Antonio Banderas also. So those are our two famous claims to fame in Malaga.
Puss in Boots is one of my kids' favorite movies right now.
Well, you can tell him that you know somebody from his hometown.
Same, like it's like a brother.
Exactly. He's got restaurants, and he's there all the time. And yeah, he's kind of the Chip and Joe of Malaga.
Okay, cool. Well, tell me a little bit about what would you like to share about city council or city stuff going on? Or?
Yeah. Well, I told you earlier, I love Woodway, and I love Woodway for many reasons, but one of my primary reasons for loving Woodway is that it's a thriving community. I mean, we are really blessed to have incredible city staff, incredible public safety department. I don't know many places, MJ, where you get your trash picked up twice a week, but we do here. And life is generally really good in Woodway. I credit a lot of that not only to God's blessings, but also to just wonderful city councils over the years who just had the foresight and the inspiration to make Woodway what it is today. And anybody who comes to Woodway will be amazed by its natural beauty, the rolling hills, just the way, you and I were talking about the creek, being able to hear the creek outside the family center.
It's unique of all the areas around Waco. Woodway is unique.
It really is.
The hills and the woods.
It really is. It's a jewel.
Yeah.
It's a jewel in Central Texas. And not only that, MJ, but we also enjoy one of the lowest tax rates, property tax rates of anywhere in McLennan County. I think we're third on the list of lowest property taxes. And for what we get for that is really outstanding.
Ken mentioned that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that because we all pass out when we get our appraisals in the mail.
Yeah.
But I would say even with those appraisals, we are very fortunate to enjoy one of the lowest property tax rates in the county. Things are, hindsight and taking kind of a 30,000 foot view of Woodway, we really have very little to complain about in our community. We have some of the best schools in the area. Midway ISD is widely regarded as one of the top public schools in the country.
Right.
And we're very fortunate to have that. We have great parks, great recreational activities. I mean, we're sitting in one of the nicest multi-purpose facilities anywhere I've been, and we get to enjoy this as part of living here in Woodway. So, MJ, I'm just I could go on and on for a long time just bragging about my city, but I think it speaks for itself. Come and see us. Come and visit us. You'll see why we're a really special place.
Good stuff.
So, the other thing I would mention too is any good council member, any strong leader of the city will always give credit to the staff who are behind the scenes, and they don't usually get a whole lot of applause or a whole lot of recognition, but we have some of the best city staff out there, dedicated folks who could probably go anywhere they wanted and maybe make a little bit more salary-wise elsewhere, but they choose to stay here mainly because Woodway is such a great place to be. And we're very blessed to have a great chief of police, very blessed to have wonderful city secretary and city manager, and everybody who makes up our staff are just incredible. So I'm very proud of them, and I wanted to be sure to give them a shout out.
Come on. That's great.
So,
well, anything else you'd like to share? I'd love to, anything that's on your mind or heart or you want to share related to, or we could be done.
Well, you did ask about faith, and
yes,
I didn't really get to touch into that very much.
Well, it's a big part of, I was overseas for many years, came home,
Yeah.
and I would. I'd love to just hear. We go to Antioch.
Yes.
Let's go to Antioch.
Yes.
But I'd like to
Yes.
hear maybe some of your story or some of your journey. Or
Well, I love Jesus,
come on.
and I'm so grateful to Jesus for allowing me the opportunity to raise my family in Woodway. And I would also just say, personally, of course, you always have to speak from the heart. I really believe that God is really who's over Woodway, not the mayor, not council, but God is really over
I believe
Woodway.
this too.
And I pray every day that His will would be done in the city, not my will, not the will of our staff, but His will. And we really need His leading in order to see that happen. And so I'm so grateful that we have an invocation at the start of every meeting where we ask God to really lead us and guide us, and that His wisdom would come on us so that we can make the best decisions. I don't want to do it if He's not in it.
Right.
And I don't want to make any decisions if He's not in it with me. So it's a big part of who I am. It's a big part of my character. And I hope you will join me in just praying that His will would be done in our city, in our community, because His ways are the best ways.
Well, I do join you in that, and I join you in that. I don't say every day, but probably almost every day, because I believe this is a Goshen. I think we're heading in. I mean, you just take a step back. You look at where we're going.
Yes.
In our country right now, and I'm praying, God, have mercy, create a bastion, create some place where the people can go. And so, I do pray that this is a Goshen area, and I believe it is.
Thank
I
you.
do believe it is.
Thank you.
I don't think it's exclusively Woodway. I think the Waco area, I'm praying that God would cover, protect, lead, and then it would be a bastion in the days ahead.
Absolutely. And thank you, MJ, for that. And, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot that, gets posted, and a lot that information that could be misleading. And so that is what I believe causes a lot of division and strife, and we just don't want that for our city. I'm really committed to being a peacemaker in our community, and I encourage folks, Woodway residents, to verify information that they may have read online or information that they may have heard. I can tell you, MJ, there's no conspiracy theory, or there's no hidden agendas happening in the city of Woodway. We're actually very transparent, and we are actually held to a very high standard of transparency. We have auditors. We have mandatory posting of the agendas, and we have to follow very strict protocols to make sure that we are as transparent as possible, including having open meetings. We can't tell anybody not to come to a meeting. We are open for a reason, and we want people to come and see how their city government is working. There's no desire from anybody on council to hide or to not disclose what we're doing. Anybody can ask for financial information for whatever city business they're interested in. And so that's why I encourage people, listen to the recordings. We record all of our meetings. Our audio is on our website. And just in the sake of peace, I encourage folks, don't take what you hear at face value, but actually go and
search it out,
check it out. Listen to the meetings, listen to the recordings. We're hoping to get video soon. Progress moves slowly, but we're almost there where we can have video in the council chambers, and I encourage all Woodway residents and our visitors to see what we're up to. There's amazing things happening in our community, and we want folks to know about it.
Come on. Well, yeah, you just said how to verify. You were saying verify. You get involved, listen to the meetings.
Yes.
Are there any other ways you would say to verify or to get involved?
Absolutely. You know, if somebody sees something that maybe doesn't feel right or doesn't seem right, or maybe they just don't know,
Uh,
I encourage them to go to the source. Call the city, send an email, get an audience with one of the staff members. Go to the website, ask the questions, and I think what you will find by doing that is that you get clear and truthful information rather than maybe just assuming that it is one way. So I would say that. I would say do the research, look on the website, contact the city if you have questions, and certainly contact and verify the information that you need.
Oh, man, that's good stuff. Anything
It's a
else
great
you want to
city.
share?
It's a great city.
It is a great city.
Love serving, honor to serve, and just I'm really grateful for this time in my life where I get to give back in this way, and just grateful for people like you doing these interviews so that folks can hear about our great city.
It's a great city. Amine Qourzal, thank you so much.
Thank you, MJ. I really enjoyed this.
Me too.